Good morning, students. Good morning. I hope you all are doing fine. So, this is our first lecture. I'm Saurav, your science teacher. So, I'll be teaching you the science, and today we will discussing about first chapter, that is chemical reactions and equations. Okay. So, before getting into this chapter, let's talk something which we notice in our day-to-day life. That is the first line, that is milk, which is left at room temperature but in summer. So what you will notice in summer? If the milk will be left in summer, what you will notice? You will see the curdling of milk, which we call it in Hindi, that is doodh fatna, or bursting of milk, right? Or if you'll put iron nail left exposed to humid atmosphere, what you will notice? You will see that iron gets started with rusting. Like if you left this iron like this, you will notice some powdery substance over there. What is it? This is nothing but the particles of iron which is exposed to humid atmosphere, which reacts with oxygen and forms iron oxide, okay. The same example of grapes, that is fermented, cooking of food, digestion in our body. In all these situations, what you are noticing? You are noticing something which is changing, cannot be retraced, okay. Something which cannot be retraced. If I ask you that the milk which we have left in summer at room temperature is precipitated, can you retrace it back? Can you make it milk again? If I say you milk is converted into curd, so is it possible to make milk from curd? Is it possible? You will say no, this is not possible. So something which cannot be retraced, that change which cannot be retraced is known as chemical change. So in all these examples, what we are noticing is that the changes cannot be retraced, okay. Changes cannot be retraced. So these are chemical changes. Let me give you something. Just try to make a chart. Make list of 5 chemical changes. Of course, other than these situations or these examples, okay, make list of 5 chemical changes which you notice nearby. So this is your work. You will have to make a list of 5 chemical changes, okay, 5 chemical changes which you are noticing nearby, okay, in your locality. So make the list of those 5 chemical changes. In your book, you will see some activities which you need to perform in your laboratory. But as you know, due to COVID, we cannot visit laboratory. So let's try to understand here. This activity 1.1, okay. Activity 1.1 is saying that take a magnesium ribbon, okay, and burn it, okay. Take a magnesium ribbon and burn it. So what you will notice? The figure is here, burning of a magnesium ribbon, okay. So what you are noticing here? what you will notice, some particles, okay, some dust particles you will notice here, okay. So what is that dust particle? If we are burning magnesium, so what we are actually seeing, the dust particle, okay. Burning is that reacting magnesium with oxygen. Burning means, if you will come to know about burning anywhere, anytime, anything that burns, that means it reacts with oxygen. Something which burns, that means it reacts with oxygen. So we know the symbol of magnesium. What is the symbol of magnesium? It is Mg, right? It is Mg plus O2. So it is what? It is MgO. Now you will say, sir, what you mean by MgO2 plus sign here? So let's see. We have burnt magnesium, okay. Burning means reacting with oxygen, okay. So a reaction, any chemical reaction needs two reactant, okay. So the reactant is written on the left hand side, okay. Reactant is written on the left hand side. So if I am saying that magnesium is being burned, that I am burning magnesium, that means I am reacting magnesium with oxygen, okay. So we have two reactant, that is magnesium and oxygen. Cool. So magnesium, symbol of magnesium is Mg and symbol of oxygen is O2, okay. And why it is O2? This is very important. Why it is O2? Because oxygen is found in nature in diatomic state. See, few elements are found in nature in diatomic state, like hydrogen, they are found in diatomic state. Oxygen in diatomic state. You cannot change. You cannot say that Mg is reacting with O. No. Because oxygen is present in diatomic state. That means two atoms are always bonded together, okay. In natural condition, oxygen is found in diatomic state, O2, okay. Hydrogen is found in diatomic state, but Mg is found in monoatomic state. Magnesium is found in monoatomic state. So symbol of magnesium is Mg, symbol of oxygen is O, okay. These both are reactants. So they are written on left hand side. Plus sign, which is showing reaction, or their addition, okay. Plus sign is showing here addition or reaction between them, and this arrow is showing the direction of reaction, okay. This is showing the direction of reaction, which is forward. That means it is making some product. These both reactant is making some product, okay. So MgO, okay, this is MgO, magnesium oxide. So what, after burning, what we are getting is MgO. But do you think that number of oxygen this side and number of oxygen that side is equal? No, of course not, because number of oxygen here is 2, number of oxygen here is 1, okay. But we will discuss about that later. Now let's see other example. If you are done with this example, let's talk about something other, okay. Note it down and let's talk something about something that is zinc, which is added to HCl or H2SO4. Zinc. Now take an example, zinc. If I ask you that zinc granules are inside a test tube, okay, zinc granules are lying in the test tube, and you just pour some HCl or say H2SO4 whatsoever, H2SO4. These are acid, very strong acid, okay. So if you will put HCl or H2SO4 in test tube, what you will notice? You will notice that a gas is liberated. Okay, a gas is liberated. So what gas, which gas is liberated, how you will come to know? You just need to do what? You just light a matchstick here. Okay, you just light a matchstick, and this gas will burn with a pop-up sound. This gas will burn with a pop-up sound. And you must note that hydrogen H2 hydrogen gas burns with pop-up sound. Okay, hydrogen gas burns with pop-up sound. Hydrogen gas burns with pop-up sound. So what I'm trying to say here is that HCl and H2SO4, these are in liquid state. Okay, these are in liquid state. That means hydrogen is also in liquid state. So when I put this liquid on zinc granules, okay, what we are witnessing, that hydrogen becomes gas. Okay, liquid turns into gas, isn't it? Liquid turns into gas. So is it possible to make that gas again liquid? You will say no, it is not possible. So what we are witnessing here is that chemical change. Okay, and how we will diagnose that gas, which gas is it? We will light a burner over here near test tube, and that gas will burn up with a pop-up sound. That is hydrogen. Okay, so if I need to write, we will write that zinc is added with HCl, that is hydrochloric acid, or H2SO4 sulfuric acid. So let's take sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid. Okay, and what we are getting, hydrogen and zinc sulfate. Okay, what we are getting is hydrogen gas plus zinc sulfate. Okay, so earlier hydrogen was liquid, it was liquid. Okay, but now it is changed to gas. Here you are witnessing physical change also. Okay, in earlier example you were also witnessing physical change, that is magnesium was what? Magnesium was solid. When it was burnt, it becomes dust or small particles like ashes, which was magnesium oxide. Okay, and here liquid becomes gas. Okay, so zinc is reacting with sulfuric acid, okay, and replacing hydrogen. So hydrogen is liberated. So if we are asked to write equation for it, so we'll say this is the equation. Okay, this is the equation, but we need to modify this equation to the simplest form, as like, see, as like earlier we did with the magnesium and oxygen. Symbol for zinc is Zn, of course. Sulfuric acid formula is H2SO4. Okay, sulfuric acid formula is H2SO4, and the product which we are getting is hydrogen gas plus zinc sulfate. But you know that hydrogen gas will be liberated. Okay, this arrow denotes that hydrogen gas will evolve. Okay, will liberate. So we will write which will be in the test tube, that is zinc sulfate. So we will write first zinc sulfate. So the formula will be Zn SO4, okay, plus hydrogen gas. We know hydrogen, they are found in diatomic state, so hydrogen, and this arrow means gas will be evolved, will be liberated. Okay, so the gas will be liberated. Again, left hand side, both of these elements and this compound are what? They are reactant. Reactant 1, reactant 2, and the product, we have two product, that is product 1 and product 2. H2SO4 was earlier in liquid state, but H2 gas is in gaseous state. ZnSO4 is a precipitate, PPT. It is a precipitate. Okay. So this is what? This is a chemical equation. Okay. So chemical equation is written like this. The reactants are written on the left hand side. Okay. 2, 3, many more reactants. They are written with the plus sign between them, addition. Okay. And there is an arrow which determine the direction of the reaction. Okay, and the product is written on the right hand side. If we have 2 product, 3 product, okay, so the plus sign will be used. Okay, now see, number of hydrogen here, and number of hydrogen here. So number of hydrogen atom is 2 here, number of hydrogen atom is 2 here. Now see separately, oxygen 4, sulfur 1, zinc 1. So this is balanced, because we know LHS must, from mathematics we know LHS must be equals to RHS, right? LHS must be equals to RHS. So LHS, RHS, the number of oxygen, sulfur, hydrogen and zinc must be equal to product. Okay. So according to chemical reaction, reactant, number of reactants and their atoms or molecules must be equal to product. That means they are balanced. Okay. We will go for balancing, but first of all we will see more examples that how to write any chemical reaction. Okay, any chemical reaction. Let's take some more examples.